This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at La Coronella. This is the tale of two maps, or if you will, a map done two ways. This map was released over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and this map was released in two different variants. There is a non-seasons version, which is what we have here, and then there is a seasons version, which we have here. And the map overall is the same across both variants with a few major exceptions. They major exceptions because they impact gameplay significantly. Now, overall, the PDA is the same. The fields are the same. Gameplay, for the most part, in the traditional farm sim sense, is the same, but this is where they differ. The non-seasons ready version includes several additional crop types. In fact, it includes 5 crop types: millet, sorghum, rye, rice, and triticale. In addition, it also includes, quite possibly for the very first time, even for console, production elements where you can make sunflower oil, cheese, and I'm trying to remember the last one, flour. Sunflower oil, cheese, flour, and compost. Those are the 4 production elements that are available on the non-seasons version of the map. When we go to the seasons version of the map, we lose a few things. First off, we lose all of the production elements. So we lose the ability to make flour, sunflower oil, cheese, and compost. And we also lose 3 of the additional crop types. In the seasons version of the map, we have just, let me look in the description here. We have just millet and sorghum in the seasons version of the map. And the reason that is because the farm sim game as a whole has a limit to a technical term called a height map. We have a height type. Basically, it is the crop types that can be tipped on the ground. There is a finite limit in the base engine. You can, on a per map level, increase that, but it can sometimes come at a cost. With this map, with the added crop types and with the added production, when you add seasons to it, it basically puts that over the limit. So for this map to be seasons ready, they had to cut back on a few things. And the way they're incorporating and making this map include production elements is to basically use the animal underlying architecture. And seasons really changes how the underlying animal architecture works. So all of that production element has to be pulled out with respect to seasons. You try to load up this non-seasons variant with seasons, you're going to run into problems. You're basically going to get a big error message. Basically says this map has too many crop types to load seasons. You really have to make a decision. You want the production, you want the 5 new crops, and you have to play without seasons. You don't mind not having the production, you don't mind not having the crop types, then you can play with seasons. We're going to look at this map, the non-seasons variant of the map, simply because we can talk about all the extra stuff that is included with that variant. Now, in addition to the map author lists this def pack, which is in the Giants mod hub, as a mod requirement. This map does not require Global Company in any way. See, we are not going to be activating that at all during this video. All right, that should do it. So you'll see Global Company is not selected. Go ahead and pull up the log. You can see the map loading up error-free. And here we are loaded into the map. See where we start. We start right outside of the shop. Now the shop and lots of the sell points do have timers on them. It will only open at certain times of the day. And obviously 7 a.m. in the morning is not a time of the day that the shop is open. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. You zoom out, here we'll see the PDA. And you can see we have all of the standard crops available in Farm Sim 19, as well as millet, sorghum, rye, rice, and triticale. Again, this is in the non-seasons version. Seasons version, we have millet and sorghum only. Take a look at the lands. We start out by owning field 10 and the starting farm here. Also a farm down here. And there are lots of animal areas scattered around the map. They have been configured in such a way that you don't see them. You can't buy animals until you actually own the land. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to, with the snap of my fingers, basically set it up so we own all of the land. And then we'll basically be able to see all of the animal areas. All right, now we own all the land. You can see that we have a horse farm up here north of field 11. We have a pig farm down here south of 37. We have a cow farm to the right of field 30. This is that secondary farm, which also includes chickens. We have a sheep pasture south of that. We have a chicken coop basically at the starting farm. And that's basically it as far as the animals go. And take a look at the sell points. Several sell points here on the map. 4 sell points that accept most of our crops. And then lots of additional sell points that kind of pick and choose what they buy, what they sell. Also see over here we have additional areas for compost, pig food, lime, herbicide, and then we have our additional crops, including sunflower oil, cheese, and flour. Then here we have compost. Take a look at our starting equipment. You can see we start with a fair bit of starting equipment. And what's interesting is on this map, you start in new farmer mode. As we did with the start of this video, we own the farm and area 10. Start this map on farm manager or start from scratch. You own none of the land, but interestingly enough, you do own all of the equipment. So you start with all the equipment, no matter what game mode you start in. That includes a pair of Star tractors, the ST Max 105 and ST Max 180, John Deere 6230R, New Holland TX32 harvester, includes a grain and row crop header, got the Lizard 1978 pickup and the SEK 882 bottom and trailer, got the Spirit R300S seeder, Kuhn sprayer and the Kuhn spreader. Got a pair of John Deere arms. Then we have the bucket, fork, the header trailer, John Deere weight, and then we have a modded MKLC8 trailer. This trailer has been modded to also haul water, milk, diesel fuel, DEF, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, slurry, and digestate. This is included within the map. Take a look at our placeables area. See that we cannot sell any of the placeables. This is included with the DEF mod. You have the ability to buy some silos. Now these are storage silos. These are not purchase silos. Go ahead and jump over here to the starting farm, and we'll take a bit of a walk around. Here we do have the sleep trigger. Nice interior of the house. Okay, we can't pick up the little hat here and our sunglasses and continue on. Pickup truck. Then we're going to start right on in with the production elements of the map. So in here, this is where our sunflower oil is going to be appearing. It's going to basically show up in jugs like that, kind of water jugs. Sunflower oil labels on them. And they're going to spawn over here on this table. And we're going to look where you put the sunflowers in order to start that production here in a little bit. This is where our eggs are going to spawn. And we're going to see where the chickens are here in a moment. Of our tractors. This farm is interestingly laid out. Lots of levels, lots of different areas. I'm going to kind of jump the fence here so we can come over here to where the chickens are. Here we have the chicken pen. Our chickens here. That'll be where we feed our chickens. We already saw where the chicken eggs are going to come out. This is going to be where you're going to dump the sunflowers for the sunflower oil production. Dump your sunflowers in there. Here, they're going to go into these silos here, these tanks. And then we just kind of follow the pipes across over to the other building. Here we have the farm silo, or a dump point, fill point. We have kind of storage for manure and slurry. This is a milk storage tank for our cheese production. We can store milk and pull milk out of this. And since we're talking about the milk, the cheese production, this is going to be where we're going to dump our milk. But in order to be able to do that, we have to come up the steps here. And turn the cheese making machines on. And at that point, then the trigger is going to come up here so we can dump our milk. Around the corner here, we're going to find cheese rounds being produced and laid out here on the table. We're going to start all this stuff up here momentarily. I just wanted to kind of give an overview of where things are. This is a fuel tank that we can store fuel in. This is not a fuel buy point. This is fuel storage. Bring this trailer full of fuel or DEF here, unload it, and then load up fuel from there. Got a workshop here. Really nicely detailed workshop. I can't tell you where I have ever seen a spiral staircase in Farm Sim, but here we got one. Over here we have a storage silo for chaff, compost, and pig food. These are not buy silos. These are storage silos. This is a storage silo for seed. Here we have a silage bunker. We have tip to ground storage for sugarcane or wood chips. More of our starting equipment. I believe this might be storage for liquid fertilizer. The reason I say that is because over here we have storage for solid fertilizer. Come over here, we click this, open the gate, click this to activate the silo. Now we can get solid fertilizer out of there if we store some. The reason I think that other one is liquid fertilizer is because over here we have a water trigger. Alright, so let's grab a trailer and kind of demonstrate the cheese and the sunflower oil production. We'll show you where the flour production is here in a little bit, over at a different farm. Get our tractor. We'll make use of the easy development controls to fill this up with milk. And overload our milk. And while we're doing that, let's go here and look at the animal area. And you'll see that we own cheese dairy, putting milk in. We're going to get cheese out. We also have the oil mill, put sunflowers in. We're going to get sunflower oil out. And we'll talk about the flour mill here in a little bit, where we put wheat or rye in, and we're going to get bags of flour out. Reason all of this is going to work with console is because basically, I believe it work with console. Don't have confirmation. Pretty confident it's going to work for console. Is because of the fact that it's basically using the underlying animal infrastructure to do that. Let's go get some sunflowers. And we're going to use our easy development controls to load that up. Go ahead and dump that in. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and go across the street here. We have storage here for liquid fertilizer. and herbicide. We have root potato storage and sugar beet storage. Potatoes on the left, sugar beets on the right. On that view, we're going to see this is a wonderfully beautiful map when we do the drive around and fly around. We have storage silo for lime, and then a storage area for compost. And you should be able to use compost in your manure spreaders. Let's go ahead and check. Yep, manure spreaders will take compost, which means you'll be able to spread your compost on your fields or sell your compost should you be so inclined. All right, so here we are. This is our cheese area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up time. We're going to see the cheeses spawn in. First in rings. Then they get a little label on them. Pull that down. And now we can basically pick these up. Move them around. Put them on these racks. Got plenty of storage there to put them. And we have additional racks over here for our cheese. Go around here and check out our sunflowers. Here we have our sunflower oil in our jugs. Speed up time again, you'll see they will spawn in. They'll fill with oil, they'll get capped, and they'll get a label on them. Like so. Go ahead and make that morning again so we can have a nice bright sunny day to do our map tour. And that basically is the main farm. I'll go ahead and get set up to do a visual fly around, and I'll be right back with you. Take off, a little altitude, kind of see the main farm here. Pull up the PDA. Now, let me go ahead and point this out to you. So over here we have a cow buy point. This map has unique animal buy points for all of our animals other than chickens. Now, if you come over here without a trailer, then you'll technically be able to buy any animal. If you come over here with a trailer, you would only be prompted to buy cattle. I like how we've got our animated cows in this area. We don't have static cows. Something we don't see too often on farm sim maps. We're going to come back and finish at the shop. Go ahead and work our way this way. Shop is to our left. Go over here. Talk about how we make compost. This is the compost facility. And compost is going to take either wood chips, sugarcane, manure, or straw. Any one of those we're going to bring into here and tip into one of these two bunkers. You'll see when we enter the bunker, it says fill level biomass. It doesn't say fill level chaff. It says fill level biomass. So what we're going to do is we're going to tip the ground, and basically it's going to convert to biomass. And what we're going to do is then compact it like we would silage. We're going to blanket that. And then once it cooks to 100%, we're going to uncover it. Then we're going to bring it over here and sell it in this digester for money. Or we could scoop it up and use it on our fields for fertilizer. It's basically how we're going to make compost. Over here we have sell point for manure and slurry. We have our log and wood chip sell point. We're here by field 25. Got our biogas plant. One of our biogas plants over here. And once again, this is an interesting use of different levels of terrain. We have our digester and our digestate triggers down here at this lower level. And then our bunkers are actually up on the hillside there. Our digester there. And up on the hill and around the corner, we have our silage bunkers. This time it says fill level chaff. Head over here to the pig area. So the pig area, we've got our slurry. We have our manure point, our straw. Here's where we're going to buy our pigs. The other side of the building, we have our water trough. And again, we activate the animal pen extension mod, so we can, 1, quickly identify where the water trough is. 2, see if the map author has included support for the water trough embedded within the map. And in this case, the map author has not. That still doesn't mean that we cannot go ahead and use it. So I have the food trough over here. And while I'm looking at it, let's go ahead and figure out how many animals this particular pen will hold. Set up to hold 300. See again, multiple levels of terrain we've got working here. Really is a very, very beautiful map. Makes me really, really, really struggle with the idea that if I were to play on this map, I would have to pick between playing on this map with seasons or playing on this map and having all of the extra crops and production. Over here we have not only a sell point, but also fill silos, buy silos, product. Here we can buy feed, sell our hay, straw, and grass. We're going to come around here with our Mahindra. Check this out in a little bit more detail. Liquid fertilizer buy point. This is also a really cool detail. Kind of got the electrical transformer here in this fenced, barbed wired area. Really cool detail on that. Cell towers scattered around. Lots of water, lots of bridge elements. Additional water trigger. Over here we have our sheep pen. So this pen will hold 250 sheep. Got our wool on there. Come in here with a fence, full gate, get our wool out, food trough, and then our water trough. Now this is the secondary farm, and this is where we're going to find the wheat, or the flour mill. So across the street, we've got tip-to-ground storage for sugarcane. Manure storage, slurry storage. Our chicken coop. Our food trough. The eggs are going to spawn over here on the other side of this area. And then in here we have our flour. So we're going to bring the trailer over here and show you how this all works momentarily. That we bring wheat or barley into here and put that there. And then over here is where the little bags of flour are going to spawn. Then we can carry those around and basically put them in a trailer, store them. Then we have the rest of our farm. Again, we have storage silos for seed, storage silos for chaff, compost, pig food. Then on this upper level, we've got more elements. We've got our farm silo. We've got our silo again for sugar beets and potatoes. There. Storage for compost. Sign in the wall. Like another storage for is a silage bunker. Storage for liquid fertilizer. Maintenance trigger. Fuel. And this is not a buy point, that is a storage tank. Dry fertilizer. Storage tank for milk. Of course, we're going to have to take the milk over to our other facility. Lime. Cool little footbridges through here. This is a wonderful map, and again, really torn. I have to make that decision between playing with seasons or without seasons, and then having this production or without the production. Here we have another sell point, but we also have the ability to buy pig food from here. Let's go back. I think we missed. That's a sheep. Here and get the cows. Cows have a really, really big area here. We have our cow buy trigger. We have our food trough. Raw trigger. We have our water trigger. We have our manure point. Milk trigger and our slurry trigger. And take a look here. The cows are, well, the cows can be across the street or they can be over here. Walk around. So there's the manure. That's probably just excess. Let's buy a couple more. Hopefully you'll see how that works. Look, we've got a cow over here. Got 2 cows over here. So we're going to see cows going across the street here. Pretty cool little details. We have a root crop sell point. This is that cow buy point. Sheep farm is not only a sell point for product, it's also where we can buy our sheep, like the other area. So you can see we can buy our sheep. Again, if we brought a trailer over here, we would be able to buy just sheep. We just come over here with ourselves. We're going to be presented with the ability to buy everything. Also a hay sell point. Not only a grain elevator, we also have bulk herbicide and liquid fertilizer buy points. And over here we have another BGA. The bunker says chaff. 1, 2. We have our digester and our digestate. We have a haystack. That is a sell point for hay. This one's kind of interesting. We have like straw, loose straw, loose hay or grass. And then we have baled versions over here. Really great. I mean, these are outstanding texture. Can't not get around this map and just be in awe of some of these textures. Swine livestock is going to be a sell point, but also where you're going to buy your pigs. They're really cool on how this has all been set up. It's going to be where you're going to buy your pigs. Swine sell point is going to buy your wheat and barley over here. But overall, the fact that we've got animated pigs, got animated chickens just walking around, sell our sugar beets, potatoes, corn over here. Really, really outstanding map. Really beautiful. Look at all these details in the topography of this forested area, the way the fields just all flow, ebb and flow. Now down here we have some greenhouses. The greenhouses are going to take water and manure. I haven't tried this, but I suspect once we add water and manure, we're also going to see product in the greenhouses, and we may get some money per hour promoting the greenhouses. This is a buyable area. and buy the greenhouses for $89,000. And then just across this water here appears to be a drivable water plane. Pretty cool. Maybe not. I mean, that's pretty deep. I don't think you want to drive through that. Then we have the horse area. Really, really impressed on how this horse area has been set up. We've got the riding, rink, ring, training area. These horses, they have a little bit of a trick up their sleeves. We have our straw trigger for our horses. We have our food trough. Look how it's elevated. Our water trough. Again, how it's elevated. Then we buy our horses. Let's take a look at the animal area. You're going to see we have our normal food requirements for chickens. Oh, nope. They include oats. Oats for chickens. Sheep, grass and hay. Okay, produce wool. Cows, we have two different cow areas. Normal stuff for cows. Okay. Chickens. The other chicken area. Again, they added oats, pigs. Got the standard stuff. Horses. Oat or rye. That's new. Hay. Water straw. Horses also produce manure and slurry here on the map. So here we have our manure pile. Haven't really seen where the slurry point is yet. Around here somewhere. All right, so let's head over to the shop. More sell points over here in general. All right, so here we have the shop. Got our buy, sell, trade trigger here. Our activation marker. And then inside the shop, man, I was getting worried. Come on. Getting worried I wouldn't find anything floating. And then I come in here. So we have our shop trigger. Go ahead and get our Mahindra. And what we're going to do is now do a little bit of a drive around. That's going to include going and checking out the flour mill. And a few of those other spots. So this way. And let's just experience this kind of from the road perspective. Given the way this map has its varying terrain, I think this is going to be a really excellent way of really experiencing the map. So over here we have that animal dealer for cows. We've got our main farm up there on the hill. Field 18, which is a grass field, which is really just a kind of a hillside. And there we have the sheep 5 point. Make sure we're on the right way. Water elements, smoke. Really does bring this map to life. Here's one of our new crops. I guess this is sorghum. We have sorghum. Forest area there to our left. Kind of have a tree farm over here to our right. Right, so here we are coming up to the farm where we're going to demonstrate the flour mill. Head on around. Oh, here it is over here, I think. Oh, it's down there. Look at how this ground is all cracked up and everything. Really great textures. Alright, so we're going to use this again. A little wheat. Dump our wheat here. We're going to see flour mill. Now has 460 units of wheat. And if we come over here, speed up time a little bit. See bags of wheat pop in. We're going to get labels on them. So, we're going to be able to pick up our bags of wheat. Then we can haul them off to basically wherever we need to sell our wheat. That's basically the map, guys. Kind of been a little bit of an abbreviated map tour, but also showing off most of the important aspects. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the map? What do you think of the tale of two maps, or the map done two ways? Are you looking to play this map without seasons? So you have the 5 additional crops and the production elements of flour, sunflower oil, cheese, and compost? Or are you looking to play this map with seasons and all that it has, and then basically forego 3 of those additional crop types and those 4 elements of production? Until next time, guys, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.